Hi everyone, my name is Tony Janae. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing extremely lovely. Thank you guys so much for watching the first video to this series on my TV recommendations, and this is going to be on movies, so I'll just go ahead and get started. My first movie recommendation is going to be based on my favorite genre, which is horror movies, and I definitely have to recommend watching The Conjuring 2. If you want to watch The Conjuring 1, you can. It might give you a better understanding as to who the main characters are for The Conjuring 2, but you definitely don't need to. It's not really the same storyline, but basically this is a scary horror movie that takes place in the 70s. It's based on a true story about, I believe, Janet Hogston. I have no idea how to pronounce her name, but she was possessed by a poltergeist, and it remakes the story telling, you know, the events of what happened. If you guys believe that's true, that's up to you. I think it's always more scary when they have in the beginning of the movie based on a true story, which is what they have in both The Conjurings. But if you're just looking for an overall good scary movie with a good foundation, a good plot, good acting, definitely check this one out. I've seen it about 6 times now, and it still hasn't not gotten old. It's not too terrifying, but it definitely has some jumps in it that are terrifying within themselves. So the overall movie is not too scary. It just has a really good plot. But if you're not into scary movies or you get scared easily, I also don't recommend this as like taking it easy. This is like a next level of a scary movie. It's just all around super entertaining. Keeping the horror genre alive for this discussion, this is going to be kind of a throwback. This movie is called The Possession. This again is one of those movies that's not super scary, not super horrific. There's a few good jumps in there, but the plot itself is really good. The acting is great. It keeps you intrigued the entire time. So if you're just looking for an overall good scary movie that's not going to scare you too much, I do recommend this one over The Conjuring 2. So if, you know, you're kind of trying to introduce your loved one or whoever to a scary movie, you know what I mean? You're trying to get them to get into it. Because I've got people like that in my life where I'm Tony Janae, and if I'm picking the movie, it's gonna be scary. Like, I'm sorry, it's just gonna be scary. If you ask me to pick a movie, I'm going to pick the scary movie. So I've got people in my life where it's like, oh, I don't want to be too scared. So this is one of those movies I'd recommend watching with them if you want to get a kick out of a movie and then also not scare your spouse or your partner or whoever you're trying to watch this movie with too much. The Possession is one I recommend. Ooh, I'm super excited about this next movie that I'm going to recommend. It is called The Strangers, again with another throwback. This movie is based on a couple who go to like their parents' cabin or lake house or whatever for a romantic getaway. I think they're at like a wedding party or something, and her man wanted it to be very romantic for her, but you'll see why it wasn't romantic. The vibe is really eerie because, like, basically he, like I said, tries to make it romantic, but she kind of kills the vibe. So they're already kind of like, you know what I mean, not feeling each other too much. But then some bullshit starts happening where basically like some creeps, they're in the middle of nowhere and strangers come and toy with them and play with them. And basically this movie is just super intense. It's super quiet, super slow, but really creepy. It definitely does not make you want to go to a cabin anytime soon. So if you're planning a vacation or a romantic getaway, maybe don't bring this movie along. Also, it makes you want to make sure that you keep like your phone charged, you keep weapons. Like, what the hell, people? Like, we live in the 21st century. There are creeps out there, you know what I mean? Like, we need to have backup cell phones, backup chargers, weapons on deck. Like, I do not have time for weirdos trying to kill me, okay? I'm really excited. This next little genre is going to be on action. My favorite action movie, actually no, it's my favorite movie of all time. It is called Mad Max. No, I have not seen the original Mad Maxes. I'm not even sorry about it. They came out when I was really young and I had no idea what it was. But Tom Hardy is in this new one, as well as what is her name? Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy are the main actors in this Mad Max film, and holy freaking A, George Miller does not spare any expense in this movie. It is so intense. I remember watching it in theaters, and just within the first clip, I was just like, holy shit. I turned the girl that I was watching it with and I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be a good one. Like, that's literally what came out of my mouth. Little side note here, I do recommend watching some movies. Like, some movies need to be seen in theaters. Yes, you cannot see any of these movies I just said in theaters anymore, but I do think you should watch it with like a big TV, a flat screen surround sound. I don't know, some of these movies, like, you need to have theater experience. It's not the same when you're watching it at home on a small ass TV. But that being said, do the best you can, honey. Tom Hardy is sexy as hell, and so is Charlize Theron. She's a woman and I'm a woman, and I'm saying that I'm not into women, but she's sexy as hell. I do not think anyone else should have played that part. I think she killed it. This movie takes place in a post-apocalyptic setting. Basically, the world is over with, and kind of like the 100. If you watched my TV recommendation series, it's very similar but not similar at the same time. The end of the world theme, same thing, and how people are trying to survive. So it revolves around Charlize Theron, who is Furiosa, and she is trying to escape, trying to get these, I'm not even going to tell you what she's trying to do, actually. I don't want to give it away, but she's trying to escape, and Tom Hardy somehow finds himself, which is Mad Max, finds himself in the middle of it all, and it's just a really riveting movie. It's super exciting, and it keeps you on your toes. I cannot wait for the next ones to come out. I am like so freaking excited. Another one for action would have to be War Dogs. Not to mention Jonah Hill is like one of my favorite actors, as well as David Packouz. He's becoming super famous lately. He's been in a lot of movies. I never really paid attention to him until I watched the movie War Dogs. I thought it was amazing. Yes, a lot of people do want to reference that it is about Scarface, but just so you fucking know, they pay their dues to Scarface. They do give shout outs to it throughout the movie, but this movie is just so freaking good. It's like one of those movies where they set up the ending in the beginning, and then you watch how they got to that point. I've never seen anything like this though, as far as, like I just said, they set up the ending and let you see how they got to that point, but then within different like scenes of the movie, they do a quote on the screen, so it kind of gives you a glimpse as to what's going to come and then how they got to that quote. And the whole movie does that, and I just thought it was absolutely brilliant. The ending of the movie I thought was absolutely brilliant. The elevator scene, so freaking good. So if you're looking for an action movie about guns, war, fighting, drama, this is definitely that movie for you. So that is it for my video. I'm just gonna go ahead and recommend these last movies just because I felt like they need tribute. The movie Get Out, I don't really want to waste my time talking about it because it's so big right now. If you haven't seen it, what the fuck is wrong with you? See this movie. It's definitely worth it. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Like I said, it's just go watch it. And then also I have to mention this, my favorite movies of all time, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 1 and 2. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for making me believe in true friendship. I just had to mention that movie, those movies. Check them out if you want to. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.